It's going to come in 2, 3, 1.
Saying that she believed it and that Nina wouldn't lie to her. I think she said all of that because she knew it was wrong and she didn't wanna have to apologize with Megan because she hates Megan that much, or should I say she's obsessed with. Okay, let's just calm down there. The Geo situation. I remember. Oh, and by the way, I already said I'm okay with Nina. I think that that whole situation, I got too involved too quick, and I already apologized to Nina about that, and I just think that if there was more proof, it would be more believable, but at the same time, I wasn't there and to hear it, and I wasn't there to hear it. So, I distanced myself from that whole thing, which Steph didn't like, because Steph thought that if I was her friend, I was supposed to, sink in the ship with her. Not happening. So the Geo situation. I know that in the beginning, I did feel sorry for Geo because I know he does things just like everybody else on this app does things. There's people who do worse, there's people who do less. And I feel like he does a lot of things out of anger too. Like if you hurt him, he's going to want to hurt you. And if you hurt his feelings, he's going to want to hurt your feelings even worse. And so, um I did feel sorry for him in the beginning, especially when he apologized to everybody and everybody was still going hella hard on him. I was just like, "Okay, that's enough." Like, he apologized. He's gonna be here. He's not going anywhere. Like, either be cordial with him or just leave the room if he comes in and you don't like him. Steph didn't like when I said that. She hated it. She felt like, again, if I was her friend, I need to go in that sinking ship with her. And I just didn't have hate for Gio like that. Just because you're my friend, it doesn't mean that I'm going to hate people that you hate. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go at people who you go at. Like, if I don't know the situation, I'm not going to fucking do that. And especially I don't know their personal life to where they talked off the app. Like, I didn't know any of that shit. Yes, I talked to Steph off of the app, but it wasn't about anything that had to do with Twitter. Um, and when it did, it was like little things. And then I had to get off the phone with her because it was just like the dry begging became too much. And the whole entire bullshit every day, like, we hear it every day on, Twitter anyway. So, like, if I'm talking to somebody off the app, I don't wanna fucking keep hearing about it over and over and over again, and the same shit over and over and over again. Like, it gets tiring. It really gets fucking tiring. Um, so she was pissed off at me because we were in the cantina, and I said, everybody was saying how they felt about Gio, and I was like, "I like Gio. I get pissed off at some of the stuff that he does, but I like him. I don't hate him." And she was pissed off at that. So basically, this chick was holding a fucking book and taking tallies on, what she thought I was doing wrong against her. And then the Tamra situation. I've always been friends with Tamra. I've always liked Tamra. Um, Now me and Tamra were not close. We weren't close to where we would talk off the app or anything like that. It was just like messages here and there, checking on her, making sure she was okay, making sure Jax was okay. Um, and then I didn't know that everybody hated her. And I'm gonna say hate because, that's what they said. I didn't know people hated her the way that they did because I just think that's fucking weird. And then once I was sticking up for her because I really felt that they were in the wrong, and, on in Cantina, they ask your opinion, so I gave it, and I'm just like, "I like Tamara, I've always been friends with her." Well, that got me into some deep shit because they ended up getting pissed off and, saying that I was sticking up for her, and if I like her that much, go fucking be with her, and, it just became very childish. I still didn't back down. I still like Tamara, and, after all that I had talked to Tamara off of the app a couple times, and, I like her, and, a lot of you may not like her, but I do, and so because I like Tamara, that made me a horrible person. I do think that Tamara got the shitty end of the stick where a lot of people went at her, and I feel like a lot of people disrespected her when it wasn't needed, and, you know, the people that have personal issues with her were some people took it off of the app. Um, I just think it's fucked up. I would've I would never take something off the app. Look, I might get in fights with people on here, and I might cut with my tongue, and I might, say some hurtful shit that I might regret later, but I think we all do that. I would never wish harm on anyone outside of this app. I would never wish death on anyone. Like, Stephanie wished death on me. How you gonna wish death on someone over some shit on the internet because I didn't take your side as a friend in an argument with somebody else who was my friend, or because I didn't cut Geo and use homophobic slurs against him or dox him, or, because I didn't go along with the full story that Nina brought forward, like I left it for them to deal with. Like, how you gonna wish death on someone for that? That's fucking weird. For you to have that much hate for someone in your fucking heart to wish death on them over some childish shit, that's beyond me. It really is. And that's for her to figure out. You need fucking therapy, bitch. Um, so there was a time when me and someone had gotten into a fight, and I in Cantina, people could be admins and people can be hosts, okay? I didn't become an admin until recently. Now, before that, I was a host, and I don't think I was a host for th I don't think I've been the host that long, uh, but I got in a fight with someone. I'm not gonna mention them by name because we already worked things out, but I was dropped during an argument, and to me, pissed me off because I'm like, "Why does this motherfucker get to talk, but I can't?" So, it's okay for me to be dropped in the middle of an argument or kicked out of the room because they can't handle what I have to say. So, I messaged, Ricky and I had said, "Make me an admin because that's fucked up, I should be able to speak too." So now if you're an admin and the other person is admin, then that means they cannot drop you. So the fight is fair and it's even and everybody gets to say what they wanna say. Now, I was fully thinking and okay with if he was gonna take the admin away from me. Like, I didn't care in that moment because I was like, "I'm admin right now. She's not gonna drop me. We're gonna get this done and over with." And then boom, he could take his admin back. Like, I was okay with that. But he decided not to, so that's Ricky. If he didn't decide not to take it back from me, that has nothing to do with me, and that doesn't make me a fucking asshole, and it doesn't make me controlling because I told him to make me an admin to have a fight that's fair, which I know a lot of you guys would have done the same thing. Nobody likes to be muted when they're fighting with somebody by someone who's a co-host. Like, y'all be flipping the fuck out. So I don't know why it's okay for everybody else, but not me. And it becomes, oh my God, Beautyologist is so controlling. She's trying to control Ricky. She's demanding. Like, you guys are. She was saying I was the new Megan because why? She's obsessed with Megan and she's also obsessed with Ricky. She really tries to hold Ricky at a standard of friendship that doesn't exist. And she's never gonna get that type of friendship with him because he is not that type of person. You have to accept Ricky for who he is because he's not changing. Okay. Um, Now the reason why I put out the whole situation about um look, I don't give a fuck if he has questions for me, okay? Because I don't really like him, so I don't wanna talk to him. Now back to what I was saying. The reason why I put out the Jeff situation is because when we were in Cantina, Steph thought she was gonna be able to hold something over my head as if I was gonna be a scared little bitch and run with my tail between my legs, and she was gonna be able to pull strings like I'm a puppet just because she had this information, and I was like, "Uh-uh." So she ended up saying something about how I got money, and then she stopped herself, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, this bitch wants to play. I don't think so. Like, I don't have anything to hide," so I put it up there. I said that she wanted me to go live. And I said, "Okay," but she wanted me to make Jeff co-host. Okay, not gonna happen. I'm not making Jeff co-host so he can mute people, and kick people out because I was in the middle of cleaning, so I needed somebody to be a co-host at that time. And she came up and was co-host for a little bit, and I think Tigger might have came up and was co-host for a little bit. But anyways, she wanted me to make him co-host, and I said, "Fuck no," for the reasons I just explained, and she ended up saying, "Just do it because we'll shake shit up. People will get kicked out and get pissed off," and I was like, "Nope, not gonna happen." So then she's like, "I'll give you $100." I said he could be speaker, but he's not gonna be co-host. And so he came in and spoke. He didn't say anything fucking horrible. He didn't dox anybody because I don't allow that in my space. He didn't wish death on anyone. He didn't do anything. I honestly don't even know what the point of the whole going live thing was because he wasn't even that horrible and he didn't even fucking bring up anything. At least that was worth hearing. It's the same shit every day. So, anyways, that's why I outed the money. Not because I was being a malicious bitch, but it was because nobody's going to hold anything over my head. Period. Especially Steph. Okay? That's what's not going to happen. Um, yeah. I think I already brought that up about Steph being obsessed with people that she hates. And obsessed, I mean, that doesn't even do it justice. This bitch is crazy for the people she don't like. Um, she will constantly text you, "Who's talking about me? Has anybody talked about me today? What the fuck are they saying?" Um, and it's like constantly throughout the day, "Who's talking about me? Who's doing this? Who's doing that?" And it became too much, and so I slowly but surely started distancing myself from her because she was way too obsessed with this app. Like, I know we're all obsessed and we all listen and, listen to the drama, some interact with the drama and shit like that, but nobody is, like, drooling out the mouth for this app, constantly texting people who's talking about them, who's not, what's being said. She would always have a tantrum in Ricky's room and leave his room and say, "I'm fucking out of here. You could have your whores," you know, because she wanted him to be a friend that he was not. And she wanted to change Ricky. And when she would get in a fight with people, he would call her out on her bullshit. And she basically wanted him to be in the ship that sunk with her too. And because he wouldn't, and because he wasn't a yes person to her, she would be fucking pissed. And so she would throw tantrums and she would leave at least in 1 month, she probably left his room every other day and came right back after saying she was never gonna come back again and fuck him and he makes her sick and all this and that. And so every time she would leave the room, there was constant text messages with that too. It was, "Who's all in there? What are they talking about? What are they saying? Who's talking about me? Read the chat. Did anybody say anything?" But yet she knew who was speaking on her and who wasn't speaking on her because she always has a troll in his room, okay? Unless somebody calls it out as possibly being John and then deleting them, her troll's always in there. She's always watching, she's always listening. She always knows where in the chat something was said, and she's always taking screenshots, she's always recording. If you're showing your face in there or you're showing a picture in there, she's taking screenshots of that shit. okay? So just beware about that. Um, this bitch has FOMO like no other. And she was, and I'm gonna say this very clear, she was jealous that I made up with Megan. This bitch fucking lost her shit because I made up with Megan off the app, okay? And she ended up messaging me, right? And I ignored her. She got upset because I was talking to people online, but I wasn't messaging her back. Mind you, it was because I was distancing myself from her because I was tired of the fucking bullshit. She talks shit about Jackie and Jeff situation. Like, people think that this chick is friends with everybody. This bitch had a mouthful to say about everyone. Um, sorry, I lost my fucking train of thought. What was I talking about? Um, so when I made up with Megan, she ended up messaging me like, "Oh, so now you're friends with Los Wifey? Now you're friends with Megan?" I was like, first of all, like, don't ever question me on who I'm friends with. Whether I'm friends with them or not friends with them, don't come at me crazy like you're my fucking girlfriend or you're my wife and you're about to fucking check me on who I can and cannot be friends with. I said I'm a grown ass woman. No one's gonna tell me who and who I cannot be friends with. And then I asked her, what's weird about it? Like, what don't you understand about it? I said, as an adult, it's called adulting. It's called being a grown up and mature by working things out with people, especially on the internet, right? Because they're not really fucking doing anything to harm you. We're all using our words. So, of course, I worked it out with Megan and she was fucking pissed. And she never, even when I said all of that to her, she never told me what her issue was because I asked her behind the scenes because that's what friends do. If you have an issue with me or something that I'm doing, come to me, tell me. We could talk about it. If I'm in the wrong, Imma apologize. If I don't mind being wrong. I don't mind people telling me, as long as they're talking to me calmly and not attacking my character and being fucking disrespectful and rude, I can have a calm conversation with somebody, and I can apologize when I'm wrong. But the moment you start coming at me and attacking me, that's when I'm on guard and I'm just like, "Okay." And that's when I lash out too. Um, so she was not happy about the Megan thing, the Tiffany thing, the Geo thing. She was very pissed off that I was talking to Tiff again, but I knew me and Tiff were always gonna be okay because I never said anything fucking horrible. I said she wasn't acting right, but like I said before on here, I don't know if it was on here or on Cantina, but I wasn't aware that she was on all these medications, trying to become the new her and when you're on stuff like that, it makes you act different, especially being an alcoholic for so many years and then, coming into your new normal. It takes a while. And so I apologize to Tiff for saying what I said because it wasn't right. And oh, she hated that. God forbid me and Tiff get along. Um, she also, so this is what's probably going to bother them, but I mean, I have to talk about it because this is a part of why I'm acting the way that I'm acting towards her. Um, she wanted me to hate her mom. And when I say hate her mom, the shit that she said to me was fucking insane. And of course, being friends with her and hearing, the way that her and her mom interacted, it like made me sick. And it made a lot of people sick. But of course, I didn't know the deep rooted issue. And I didn't know that, I just don't know the history with them. Because Loretta did make it perfectly clear that that was her daughter of 40 years, and she's been dealing with this shit for 40 years, and she's right. She was right, and I was wrong. Um, when I first started on Cantina, it gives you an option to make a room or not to make a room, and it opened up a room, and she wanted to talk, and I think this was before I gave her my Text Now phone number, but she wanted to talk and have a conversation, and so I invited her into that room. Now, when we went in there, it was only us 2 in the beginning, and she was like, "Oh, you made a room?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it basically makes one for you when you first start out on the app." And she's like, "Well, you could delete it. You should delete it." And I'm like, "No, I'll leave it open for now." And I thought it was just weird how she went in on, "You need to delete that room." Like, because only her and Reiki could have a room at that time. Like, if you're doing something that's, I don't wanna say better than her because I don't know how to explain it, she wants to be the only one doing something. She wants people to follow her. It's weird, okay? And that's what I'm not. I'm not a follower. I'd rather walk alone than with a pack of fucking dirty people. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being a loner. Um, hold on. Yeah, she's a paranoid fucking freak. Um, I already said that. Oh, how she's so fucking close to Glock, but yet talks, well, talked because I don't fucking talk to her anymore, but talk, um, she talks shit about Glock too. She talks shit about Juju. She talks shit about Jackie. Like most everybody up in Cantina, she has had a mouthful to say. So let's just say that. Um, um, she hated Nikki, right? But yet tried to go against me when it came to Nikki because of the things that I was saying to Nikki. And she was just waiting for the right moment because, like I said, she never wanted to say anything off of the app because she wanted to act like Billy Badass. And let me tell you, just because you yell louder than someone or because your earbud works better than someone's, it doesn't mean that you've won anything. It just means that you're a fucking jackass and don't have control of your emotions. It means that you don't want the other person to talk. It means you have something to hide. So when you're talking and yelling constantly over people, you've already lost, bitch. Um, I don't wanna leave anything out. So, um, okay, so there was a time when it was Steph's birthday, and I felt very bad for Steph. I felt very sorry for her just because of the conversations that we had had that come to find out it was all a lie. She would pull on your heartstrings. She would definitely dry bag constantly and make it out to be like she had no help in her personal life. Um, like she didn't have a pot to piss in, that her and her kids would go without eating, that she would have to go to the grocery store, or not the grocery store, but the liquor store up the street and, you know, talk to the guy who owned the place or worked there, and he would give her food and then she would pay later. She would have to scrounge for change to do laundry, and she said that her mom would never help her out and would rather see her living on the streets than help her out, but yet she would help her kids out, which are Loretta's grandkids. Um, and she said that her kids were always welcome at her mom's house, and it would piss her off because she's not. and she said that she would basically, Loretta would brainwash her kids to go against Steph. She said that Loretta called CPS on her before. She said that Loretta called animal control on her, tried to get her arrested, tried to get her to lose her apartment. And so this is why I went to Don Laud and I was like, "Do you think that we could do a fundraiser for her birthday? Like, this would mean so much to her." And I wanted to help her out because she was a single mom and I thought her kids were younger. So I was like, wow, the holidays are right around the corner. She said she didn't have anywhere to go for Christmas. She didn't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. They weren't going to have it this year because she couldn't afford it. And she wasn't getting hours at work. And, I tried to ask her about food banks or, like churches she can go to help her with rent or, you know, come to find out that her mom has certain connections, and so which was news to me, so when I heard her speak about it, I was like, "Oh, well, your mom, hello," and she was just like, "No, she'd rather see me homeless." She wanted me to hate her mom so much, and I don't hate anybody, but I will say in the moments that I spoke with her, it almost made me wanna cry, and I did dislike Loretta for the things that I was being told she was doing because I was like, "Who does this to their child?" But, like, once again, involving myself in a situation that has nothing to do with me, um, everything's not everything isn't what it's made out to be, okay? Let's just say that. And no wonder why Steph was being constantly fucking called out, and her mom doesn't wanna be involved in her bullshit because Steph lies, and it just makes them both look bad. But now I am to the point to where I look at them, 2 totally different people, like Loretta has always asked, and, um, yeah, so I don't hold anything against Loretta for the way that her daughter is, because Steph's a grown ass woman. What the fuck? Yeah, that wasn't funny. Um, and I think it was just a selfish act on her part by constantly dry begging because all she wanted was for people to give her money. I mean, how do you have several fucking chicken nugget things that they were fucking going to war over? You'd have to have several fucking adult Happy Meals a day. Like 6 adult Happy Meals a day? How do you have money for that, but you don't have money for a holiday? You don't have money to eat? I guess she was just having money to eat for herself, right? Because she wanted those chicken nuggets so bad. Those stupid fucking toys. Mm, and I called her out on it one day, and her whoever it was in the background, I was like, "God damn, how many fucking Happy Meals a day do you to have that many toys?" And the person in the background was like, "A lot. She has a lot." And then she muted. Um, so with me, the reason why I'm doing this is because I always address things head on. So if someone's talking bad about me, I'm always gonna go in there and I'm always gonna address them, right? Um, if I hear somebody talking about me and they're in canteen, I'm always gonna go in there and I'm always gonna go, "Hey, so and so, do you have something you wanna address me with? Do you have something you wanna ask me? Do you have something you wanna say to me?" I always address it head on. I'm not gonna go days on end behind the scenes talking shit about this person or, you know, trying to get people on my side. Like, no. If you have a issue with me, let's talk about it. Let's either work it out or let's go our separate ways and not say anything to each other. And let's just, you know, not like each other, whatever. We could work it out or we don't have to work it out. And I'm okay with any of those. Um, because I'm not a behind the scenes type of person. That's what I'm not. Um, Steph's always getting mad about situations she's created and thinking that her friends always have to have her back. But I can't say I'm surprised because that's how it is in her own personal life. She's a fucking disaster, a complete mess. Mm. Um, Her loyalty speaks volumes on here because she's not loyal to anyone. She will say you are her friend, but just know that she has a mouthful to say about you, and she has said it about you. Um, so the whole situation with Nikki, let's talk about this. Um, I never hated Nikki. Nikki did get on my nerves because, and she was getting on a lot of people's nerves. Um, and it was because she was loaded all the time. And I'm not gonna say she was just loaded, she was fucked up. This girl couldn't hold a conversation, she couldn't talk. Every time she talked like she was under anesthesia, getting ready to pass out for a boob job, like, she was fucked up, and she was going through a lot in her personal life, and there was a time where I felt bad for her. She was crying, she was just saying that she was a horrible person and that she's sorry, and, it scared me, and so I went behind the scenes, I was like, "Hey, if you ever wanna talk, I'm here, I'll do happy hour with you, whatever, like, I don't want this girl to hate herself and think that this is the way life should be and that she should be fucked up all the time, and the things that she was doing could very well have killed her, and still can kill her." And so I gave her my text now phone number and, of course, she gave that to Glock, but it wasn't my real phone number, so I didn't care. I never said Glock doxed me. I said that Nikki tried to dox me, okay? Never said Glock doxed me, so I don't know where the fuck she getting that from. Um, and so, you know, Nikki would do things and not remember, okay? Nikki would always be on three-way with Gina and John. And there was a time where they were kicking it pretty hard and they were all doing, coke together. And Nikki, now she either did a video or she did a FaceTime with somebody and was playing with herself to make money. So John would have enough money to do coke with her because she already had hers. So she was going to pay for him to have some too. Now she says that's not true, that she doesn't remember that. But there's a lot of things that Nikki doesn't remember. Nikki would film her husband butt naked in the shower while she was on three-way. Um, Nikki would send John screenplays, screenshots of the guys that Ricky was meeting up with. Now, did Gina do that too? Yes. Gina, from what Ricky said, and she said that she fully took accountability for the time that she did that. And that she shouldn't have done that, but she has her own story with that, so I will let her speak on that. But yeah, Nikki did too. Nikki was taking money from John, all the way up until she quit talking to him, which was not that long ago, and she was giving John money. And so I went into Cantina the other day and spoke about this, and I was like, "You need to tell Ricky everything or I'm going to, because, she's been doing some faulty shit on here and playing the victim card, like, nobody can call her out on her bullshit because she's this fragile girl. No, she still needs to be held accountable for the things that she does. Just because she chooses to do drugs that make her incoherent doesn't mean that that's our fault. And if she's gonna be friends with people on here, then she needs to be able to take accountability." And I told her that, and I said, "Look, if Ricky's one of your best friends, you need to be able to say, 'Hey, Ricky, I've been on here loaded. I do have a problem, and I might have done something and don't remember. And for that, I apologize. Like, I fucked up.' There's nothing wrong with doing that." Well, that's when Steph decided to come on and give her 2 cents and say that I was being a hypocrite and two-faced, and because she was upset that I talked to John and Gina in John's Cantina, which there was a few other people in there too. I think Cece was in there, Rodman was in there, a couple other people, I don't remember. Um, so that's where Stephanie was pissed because I had talked to Gina. Once again, acting like she's my fucking man. Bitch, no. I'm gonna talk to whoever the fuck I wanna talk to. And so I got a very big earful on things that had been going on that Ricky has no idea about. And, if Ricky wants to know, one day maybe he will reach out or let somebody reach out to him and have everything laid out in front of him and he can make decisions on how he feels about it. Or if he feels like he just doesn't give a fuck and is going to stay friends with Nikki, that's fine too. Like, I am not saying he has to not be friends with her, but I do, as his friend, want him to be aware of things that are being said and done, because when he gets severely upset, he gets hurt. And Ricky's dealing with a lot right now. A lot that a lot of people don't know about too. And it's like he shouldn't have this on his plate as well. He comes to this app to kind of distract him from what's going on in his personal life, and just to have people who are shady being a snake, it's kind of fucked up, especially if you have the ability of being aware of what's going on. So there's that. And so anytime I called Nikki out on her bullshit, I became the bad guy. I became somebody who's constantly picking at Nikki. No, I'm just calling her out on her bullshit, and I think she needs help. Now, to the ones who coddle her, yes, I will say coddle her. I don't know what your guys' problem is by constantly fucking thinking I'm out to get her. I'm not out to get her. I don't hate Nikki. I dislike the things that she is doing because she is fucking high. That is what I dislike. And these people are just like, "Nikki, you'll be okay. Everything's fine." Like, she needs help. This girl needs help. Period. Um, what else? So there was a time where Nikki had called Ricky on three-way. We all heard about this, okay? Called on three-way and with people who didn't like Ricky. And she called him at like 4 or 5 in the fucking morning, calling him 30 times, damn near, probably more, because he wasn't answering. And then she got called out for that, apologized, said she didn't know that these people didn't like Ricky, which she was fully aware. But once again, Nikki plays the victim and will try and come at you with this sweet voice of how oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me fine? Because I really don't want anybody to call up. Can you just press 100 if you guys hear me fine? Okay. Let me get through this and then I'll let people call up. Sorry, babe. Just let me get through this, okay? Because with my ADD, I get all over the place and then I fuck shit up and it just sounds a mess. So let me just get through this, please. And so, God, where was I? Um, so yes, she called on three-way. She knew exactly what she was doing. She said she'd never been on three-way before. She didn't know how it all worked. And girl, you were on three-way constantly. with Gina, and John every single day, all day long. If you weren't in Cantina or if you weren't on Spaces speaking, you were on three-way letting them listen in, okay? Letting them listen in to Ricky's Spaces, letting them listen in to Ricky's Cantina. Like, that's how John knew everything in the beginning, up until he didn't talk to Nikki anymore. So, if you're wondering how John knew everything, that's how he knew everything. And then, she apologized, said she wouldn't do it again. Not even a few hours later, she's in Joey Square's space, and she says she's talking about a bunch of shit, and she's high as fuck. And of course, Joey Squares is playing into it and tells her to reach out to PK or KP, or no, which one it is, but Justin's girlfriend at the time. Um, that she should reach out to her and get some info. But, he was kidding, he was joking. But you know how, like, he plays and, you know, like, "Oh, you should go and do this, or you should go and do that," because she was loaded and making an ass of herself. But she did, after she swore she wasn't gonna do that again to somebody that early in the morning or late at night. It was 4 o'clock where KP was, or PK. I think it's KP. Um 4 o'clock in the morning, and she's over there messaging her, come into Spaces, people wanna talk to you." And the chick was like, "No, I hate that place, that's what ruined my relationship, like, I want nothing to do with it, I can care less." Like, she wasn't on this app in the sense of the way that all of us were or are. And so she was basically like, "Fuck no, leave me alone." And Nikki was like, "Is it true that Justin tried to poison you?" Oh my God. And then she was trying to get into their relationship. So that girl ended up messaging, I think it's PK or KP. I don't fucking know. KP, maybe? Yeah, I think it was KP. Anyway, she ends up messaging all of Nikki's messages to Gina and to Justin. Like, why is this bitch fucking messaging me? Why is she getting involved in my relationship? Why is she messaging me at fucking 4 in the morning? What is wrong with this girl? So then I called her out on that. I went up there and called her out on that. I was like, "You just swore you weren't gonna do that, and here you are, but a few hours later, and you're pulling the same shit, Nikki." And she wonders why people get mad at her. And then she got all upset, tried to play the victim again. And then once again, it's Beautyologist is a piece of shit who's picking at Nikki, trying to constantly fight with her. No, I'm trying to get her to realize that she's doing this to herself. She cannot blame anybody but herself. She's gonna be called out on her bullshit just like all of us are. There's no reason why she's able to fucking lie and say that she doesn't remember doing things, or she doesn't this, or she doesn't that, and she's a victim, and everybody's gotta powder her ass. No, get your fucking shit together. Quit making it out that I fucking hate you, and I'm trying to fight with you to where I come in and confront you on that, and you can't talk, so you have Glock talk. And I had my earpiece in because I wasn't in the appropriate place to be able to scream and yell, okay, and look like a fucking psychopath fighting with people on the internet. So Glock was talking over me. Now we all know how Glock has a big fucking mouth. And just because she yells over you, she thinks she's Billy Badass and she's ready to fuck some shit up. Okay. Everybody's had their own personal issues with Glock, okay? Me not calling in to Dawn Lodge yesterday wasn't because I was scared of Glock, okay? It was because I was with my husband and he doesn't fucking like the app, and I'm respecting my husband. Now, I'm sorry if you're not married and you don't understand that. I'm sorry that you don't have anybody that you go lay in bed with. I'm not, I'm sorry that you're not married that you don't cuddle at night, that you have nobody to go to but your dogs, who you probably frighten with your big ass mouth, but I do. I have that, and I am not I'm on the app, but I'm listening when my husband's home. I do not talk when my husband's home, and if I do, it's like little pieces here and there, and then he gets pissed off, so then I have to stop because, once again, it's an app, and I'm a fucking weirdo for being on here and being friends with people or fighting with people. So, usually, most of the time, I would say 99.9% of the time, I am always confronting people. I'm always letting people say what they have to say to me, and I'm always going back at them. Like, I have no problem having the whole fucking app against me and me standing my ground and speaking. I've never backed down from any of that. But Glock thought she was Billy Badass and, was gonna call me out last night because I didn't call into Don Lods. There's been plenty of times that Glock has ran from this app, has, you know, deactivated her account, has been called out by Don Lod to come up into his space, and she doesn't. She's been called out by a lot of people, okay? And has and doesn't address it and then leaves and comes back like everything's okay. Everybody says like, "Yes, it was good." We got a Glock moment where she flipped out. Now they're not cheerleading for you because you're putting me in my place or because you're checking a bitch. No. They like it because you're making a fool of yourself and it's fucking entertaining. The last thing I am is afraid of Glock. And I never said that she doxed me, so I don't know where the fuck she's getting that from. I have no idea. And I did message Don Lod yesterday when he was messaging me to come into his space because I would have been fucking cracking skulls if I would have went in there. There was no reason for her to say I was scared of her, okay? So there's that. Now let's see, where am I on my list? Mm, mhm, mhm. Oh, so this will be talked about. I'll briefly touch base about it. Um, do I think Gina's perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Is anybody on this app perfect? No. Have we all fucked up? Yeah. Have we all done things that we're not proud of and said things that we're not proud of? Yes. But at the same time, when things are put off on someone else as if they're doing something so fucking horrible and everybody on this app believes it, they deserve to speak their truth. And yeah. So shit's gonna hit the fan, with a lot that's gonna be coming forward. Now, when that is gonna happen, I'm not sure, but there might be a special guest and someone is going to be speaking their truth in a space. I don't know whose space. This person might be doing their own space with the special guest, to clear their name, but that's for this person to decide. Um, Let me see. So there was a message that I had gotten the other day while I was doing, I don't know if I was doing a space or if I was in somebody's space, but I had said, "Oh, I'm not gonna read this because, this is about her personal life," and I didn't wanna touch base on it, but since it was already brought up and people had already touched base on it and discussed it, I'm going to discuss it right now. Nikki said she had taken a pregnancy test and that she was pregnant, that she had a positive, but pretty sure it was a false positive is what she had said. Now, she was being called out on some shit by a few people, and I feel like she had said that for attention because she didn't wanna face the music. She wanted to play victim, and she wanted people to go light on her or just not address her at all because she possibly could have been pregnant. But me and a lot of other people think she did that for attention because that very next day, she says she started her period after people started coming at me, after people started sticking up for her and making her feel secure in her spot on this fucking platform. Okay? Nobody can give you your spot on this platform. You have to make your own. And so what I don't understand is again, the coddling, the bullshit that comes with babying people who are drug addicts on here, or babying people who are alcoholics, or babying people who have addictions. Because either a small percent chance they will get better from your coddling, or there's a huge big chance that they could possibly kill themselves because you're babying them and letting them believe that what they're doing is okay, which is fucking bullshit. The only fucking thing scary about Glock is her fucking AI picture, okay? No one's afraid of her. Fuck her. She's fucking disgusting. She has the nerve to talk shit about me when I'm sorry. I've never gotten on this app and fucking played with myself, masturbated to where all could hear, and then say I need to clean up. Never done that on this app. Never done it on any app. That's fucking disgusting. I've never taken a diarrhea fucking shit for all to hear. That's fucking disgusting. Okay? Talking about being bisexual and how she'll fucking put it down. She'll put it down on a girl. Uh, you're disgusting. That's not sexy. And playing with herself with her fucking pleather boots. Um, I don't know about you, but that's not sexy to me. And showing her fupa. That's real interesting. No one's afraid of her. At least I'm not afraid of this chick. She's coming at me because of Steph, because her and Steph are close. And now her and Nikki are close too. And so she feels like she has to fucking stick up for them. Like she's some Billy badass fucking Marine at the front line. Just because she screams and yells and makes a fool of herself does not mean that she has punked somebody out. Does not mean that she has won a fight or won a conversation because she yells over people and makes herself look like a fucking idiot. Talks about how she has to have surgery every other fucking day and like you never know what the fuck's wrong with these chicks, man. Anyways, so there's that. And once again, I will apologize to Julie, I think it's Jules. I did not know you had a medical issue. Okay. I did not know. And I did ask, and nobody answered me. So when you were coming at me, offending me, I wanted to offend you back. And coming after your health is not okay. And I apologize for that. I shouldn't have spoke on your health. I didn't know that you had health issues. So that's fucked up. And I apologize for that. So that is the end of my rant. Oh, also, me and Jeff were never friends. I don't know why he went so hard on people who talked about me. Um, I think because he thought he was gonna create his little army and that I was gonna go after people for him because that's what certain people do in Cantina. When you're friends with Jeff, you give him information, and I wasn't that type of friend. So he got pissed off at that, and he was pissed off that I didn't start a live space so he could go and dox Jackie. Um, fuck no. I don't wanna be involved with that shit. Did I say that me and Jeff were close? Did I say, "Oh my god, I love him. We are so close. I'm on his bankroll." I said all this shit, yes, because I was pissed off that people were coming at me, and so I wanted to make them mad. Was any of it true? No, and I always said it with sarcasm, so for people to believe it, I didn't think that they would. I thought that they would be like, "Oh, yeah." But no, we were never fucking friends. And now, oh, yeah, he hates me too because Steph brought up the money situation and I put it all out there because she wasn't gonna hold shit over my head. If anybody wants to call in, they can call in now. If not, then I'm gonna get off of here. Did you wanna call back up? Um, no? Am I still here? Can you still hear me? I don't know if I left anything out. I don't know, if there's any questions anybody wants to ask me. I don't know if I made everything clear enough for everyone. Um, 'Cause this is your time. If you wanna ask me anything, if you have anything you have to say to me, this would be the time to ask because, this is the last time any of this is gonna be talked about on my part. I'm sure it will be talked about on other people's parts because their obsessions are fucking real, okay? When somebody becomes obsessed with you, it doesn't stop. I did not record this. I tried to ask how I record. I don't know how to record. I've tried to push up here. It doesn't give me an option, see? It doesn't give me an option to record. Hopefully somebody recorded this. I don't know how to record. Sorry.
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
Sorry, I'm late. So I just was wondering if you can give a little recap.
What?
Low
Can you
Are
swipey,
start
you
drop
over?
her. Drop low swipey.
are you insane?
Can you please start over?
Drop low swipey.
I even took notes to where I could like follow because I
Oh,
always
great.
get all
See,
over the
so you
place.
so you
Can
can
you
just read
post
the
your
notes real
notes
quick.
online? Because I also missed the first 37 minutes. Um, so if you could just
Yeah.
post your notes online, that'd be good.
Oh, and another thing, Steph wants me and Dree to fight so fucking bad. Like, me and Dree are very straightforward. So when we talk or ask questions or speak on something, then it might sound like we're fighting. But I reached out to her. I was like, so I heard we were fighting yesterday. And she's like, what? No, we weren't. She said it was a nothing. And I was like, yeah, it was nothing. Like, I don't understand why this bitch is trying to say I try to fight with Dree. Me and Dree are good. We have no issues. Like, quit trying to make one.
I raised my hand, but I'm calling on myself.
Oh, hi.
Um, Hi. So to record, you have to do it before you start your space.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
Before,
that's what
like,
I would
whenever
do
you
tell
go
the
to like
beauty.
type in the title or whatever on the top left, I think
yeah.
it is, or maybe bottom left. Hell, I don't know, but there's a button on there somewhere that says record. That's all.
Yeah, right under where you put in your room title and all that. It's kind of whited out, but once you just touch the button, it'll slide over to record.
Oh.
But since you didn't record,
Hello?
you could just go over the bullet points.
There you
Well,
go. That's what I
Just
was going to
post your notes.
ask because I saw you sent me a link, but I just got home like 5 minutes ago. So
Don Lod missed the whole thing. You're gonna have to post
yeah,
your notes.
well,
see,
Don's a busy
let's just
guy. He
reenact
needs
it.
to, be up to no good. So I was up to no good, and I got home and yeah, give some
Well,
bullet
that's
Let's
what
just,
points.
Lois Wifey and I came up to ask if she would do a recap or a review,
yeah,
or
let's just reenact it.
can we start
Hello?
over?
I'll say a couple things. Tiff, do you have something to say, Lovey? Tiffany, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Mm. You might have to drop and come back. I don't know. How about Jim? Are you good?
Uh, uh,
J-
uh.
Eh? What's that?
Are you good?
I just came up to tell you that where the thing to turn record on when you set the room up it was.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So did you crack some skulls today?
Well, I made sure to take some notes and write down what I wanted to talk about because when I talk, I tend to be all over the place. And so I wanted to make sure I got out everything that I wanted to say. Um, yeah. And I feel like I said what I wanted to say. Now what's gonna suck is that probably later I'm gonna be like, fuck, I wish I would have talked about this, or I wish I would have brought up that and said
I wish you would have
this.
recorded, damn it.
Well, me too. But I don't know how to do that. I mean, all I know how to do is type in what I want to say and press start. Hey, Jessie girl.
Hey, so
That little thing to the left, you hit it, slide it over, and boom.
I just wanted to say, like, this is really fucked up. I don't know if you guys remember, like, back, like, last month, I think it was, when I had John and Ricky in my beam, and they were, like, fighting, and, it was crazy, and, John said to him that somebody really close to him gave him money, to do coke with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys remember me saying, like, oh my God. And I just gotten a message about this.
I remember that.
And the person said that exactly who it was, but I didn't want to say who it was because I didn't have concrete proof. And I was praying to God it wasn't true because I know that would hurt Ricky. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, now it's like obvious, like now I have proof that, and I feel bad because I doubted the person that told me at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. And there's a lot more that's going to be coming. Like, it's pretty fucked up.
So,
Like, to where it gave me a stomach ache just thinking about it, because if I was friends with somebody and this and a bunch of other shit was being done, I would feel betrayed. I would feel sad and sickened that I trust this person, and especially with what he has going on in his personal life, it's fucked up, and he doesn't deserve it because he's been good to Nikki.
well, how many, like, we've been listening to him for years now, well, 2 years probably at least, say, like, how he can't stand fucking people that, like, give John money because it's like killing him. And
Mhm.
the thing is that, well, we know that she knew that because he said it over and over and over again. But there was something that happened right before she did what she did, and that was, I think Ricky had said something to her. I don't know if it was about antidepressant or something, like, kind of took, and she felt some kind of way about whatever he had said. And then the next thing you
Mhm.
know, this secretly happened behind the scenes. So, like, but it doesn't still doesn't make it right. And it's really going, like, next level, honestly, in my opinion. But I mean, I like
I
Ricky and all. I think the girl has, like, I just feel like, wow, she's really gone off the deep end. She needs help. And I really love Ricky, and I really feel bad that this is, like, happening to him now.
I will say that Keen has spoke on her plenty of times on how she is and how she's always been, and how, she would get in fights with the girls from the King crew and their little Snapchat group and shit like that, and how she's shady. But nobody believed it because Nikki was so sweet. So it was just like, oh yeah, he's just talking shit because, he's a piece of shit and nobody cares what Keen had to say. They weren't gonna believe anything he had to say. But now everything's coming out and everything's coming to the forefront, and it's coming with receipts from people. And um I
I
will
mean, I
say,
feel
now this is an assumption on my part. I will say I assume that Ricky is not cutting Nikki off because of her situation and how she's so fucked up, and I think that he is trying to make up from the Kelly Jewel situation, that he sees her in Nikki and he can't let go because he doesn't want her to die. If she dies because of her situation and he turned his back on her, regardless of what she's done wrong, he's gonna blame himself.
And I get that. I honestly, because I feel the same. I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like she's been struggling for years and years. I mean, she shouldn't be doing shitty behavior to the people that she considers friends. No, but at the same time, a life is a life, and it's just really shitty to be put in that position. Honestly, like so fucked up.
It is fucked up because we don't know if she's playing dumb and just is pretending she doesn't remember and that's gonna be okay because she's fucked up and people feel sorry for her, or if she really doesn't remember. Like, if she is really that fucked up to where she doesn't remember, because there's a lot of shit she doesn't remember. So, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I can't say when this is gonna happen because I don't know.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Somebody's coming to the app to show receipts, and they are possibly going to have a special guest.
Oh,
Now, I don't know if this person is gonna do it in your room.
these people, is this person, you said they're not on the app?
No, they are. Or, well, the person who's doing the spaces, yes, but not the other person.
Oh. Hmm. Give a little hint for Uncle Don?
No,
Why not?
guys, you didn't give me a hint the other day.
About what?
I forget what it was about.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm serious. It was
Okay,
about
all
something.
right. We're gonna play this game.
It was about the reports. But you saved it and then you
I
came
never give
like the next
people.
day.
I usually tell people what's. What do you want to know about the reports? What do you want to know?
Well, nothing. Because we always end up finding out because you always end up telling us. But
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. But I'm sure this person will come to you if they do it in yours or if they host their own. I
Am
don't
I
know.
friendly with the person?
Yes.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, someone wanted me to tell you to if you could read the notes. They weren't in here. They just messaged me again, I guess.
Did anybody record this? Can I get a 100 from any ghost up in here?
Oh, I'd like to say another thing off topic.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, I'm, Gina baby. I'm sorry about Joey, and
Oh no, what happened?
whatever you think about her, we all love Joey, and we all know, ever since she's been on, we've known her, it was Joey, and I
Oh,
just
oh my
want to say I'm so
God.
sorry.
I just got the chills all over my whole body. That is so sad. I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
Gina baby. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
yeah. You know how much we all seen how much she loved Joey. I mean,
She did.
so
When you have an animal, it is like your child. It is
yeah,
like a part of you. And when something happens, it kills you. And a piece of you dies with your animal. And that void is never filled. Poor thing. That little guy meant
I'm
the world
getting
to
these
her.
like DMs about pregnancy. I don't know anything about. I wasn't. I guess I missed something.
Oh, Nikki had stated that she was pregnant and that she had taken a test and that it could have been a false positive. Um, and a few of us had, well, a lot of us had thought that she was doing it just for attention because she was getting a lot of heat and she wanted people to, back off. And so once people started coming at me and the attention was off of her and everything was all good because, people felt sorry for her because of her drugging herself up and her drinking, that they wanted to coddle her, that she thought it was gonna be okay to come forward and say, "Oh, I started my period. No big deal."
Oh, okay. So it is like not. It didn't really. Yeah. Okay. So
No.
she's not gonna
And
say.
so people, and me included, thought that she did it for attention
Mm, wow.
because she does a lot of things for attention.
Ricky was in here, but I don't know where he went. I don't know if he's over at Cantina now. Mm,
Oh, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either.
How you doing, Jesse?
What am I doing?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
how you doing?
everybody.
Oh, how you doing? Good. I thought you said, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm eating something." I'm trying. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've just been really busy.
Oh, okay.
Rafa, did you have something you want to say?
How about you?
Now, just join the conversation. Kathy Barker asked if I would call up, and I said, sure, I'll give it a shot.
I don't think she's gonna make you co-host.
I didn't even ask.
You usually
Well,
do, though.
I don't ask
No, no.
unless I think there's a decent chance of me getting the gig, you know?
Oh, okay, okay. I gotcha.
Hey, Kathy didn't say that, by the way. I was just making that up.
Well, speak of the devil.
Download,
She's here to
download. What are we
fucking
going to
crack
do about this
skulls.
senior irrelevant guy? He's been tweeting bullshit about you. What are we going to do about this guy?
Don't lie about me anymore, fucking
I don't
Stu.
worry about pussies.
Don't
So
Well,
ever lie
that's
about me,
he can tweet
Stu.
all he
a
wants.
good point. That's a good point. Hey, Kathy.
Don't lie about me anymore,
I said I was kidding.
because you knew I was going to come up.
That was my way of getting you to come up.
It's pretty easy to get her up there,
No,
Stu.
I can easily not come up and give him attention, but it's so desperately in need of attention, aren't you, Stu?
Exactly. No one does things on this app for attention. That's
No,
not the
you do.
Periscope way.
You do.
That's fair.
And
I'm
so,
busy.
okay, I got a message. What does Nate want? And what question does he have for me?
Nate, DM me. I'll ask the question for
I
you.
have no idea.
Because I do not like Nate. If he wants to come up here and address me on something, you have 5 seconds. That's it. Can't fucking stand that guy.
Wait, what's wrong with Nate?
Is he in here?
Somebody said that he had the nerve to say that I was on the spectrum. Now, if I was on the spectrum, there would be nothing wrong with me being on the spectrum, but I'm not.
What's the spectrum?
Um, he says shit out of spite to irritate people, and using somebody's diagnosis to make fun of someone.
Wait, you are diagnosed?
No, I'm
Oh.
just saying, like, he's saying it as if it would have been a bad thing. There's plenty of people
Oh,
who
yeah,
have
that's not
kids
cool.
that are on the spectrum, who have relatives, loved ones who are on the spectrum. Like, why would you try and say that as if that was a bad thing? Why are you trying to use that as a way to cut someone down? You're fucking stupid and weak. Mm.
He's not calling up. Oh, he's still here. Nate, you want to call up and address these concerns?
Yeah, do you want to come up? You can come up. You're not blocked.
If I was co-host, I would throw him a mic, but I'm not co-host, so.
No, no one's co-host. Rafa. The only one I will make co-host is Yeti. Where is he?
Well, Tina's here. Is that close enough?
Yes, I will make Tina a co-host.
Oh my gosh, Tina, call up. Your lucky day, pal.
Oh God.
Then I'll definitely leave.
You know, I'm not being serious. Come on, you guys.
I
Can't
never.
take
I don't
things so
know.
literal.
Don't call up,
It's
Tina.
kind of hard to read you sometimes, Beautyologist.
Why?
What does a
I don't know.
beautyologist mean? Does that mean you like put makeup on people?
I'm in the beauty industry, so I do hair and makeup. I've been a hairdresser and makeup artist for over 21 years.
Oh, experienced.
Yes.
You have more experience in beautyology than Gretel has in getting married and divorced. It's impressive.
Oh, my. Nate, where are you? You had so much to say, and I have nothing to say. Oh my God. Jojo, yes, you did do a birthday tweet for Steph to where you sang to her.
Are we talking Rice Krispie JoJo?
Yes.
Whatever happened to Sparkles Lisa? I haven't seen her around since I came back. Is she still with us, or?
She comes on every once in a while.
Oh, okay. I see an Uber Lisa down here. That's the same person, right? It's a different person than Sparkles Lisa.
But she had said that she doesn't want to fight with people anymore and that she's not um getting involved in stuff. It's just too much of a headache and she's tired of it.
Smart woman. Who
Do you
just
hear
called?
Gio's little clip?
No.
Oh wow.
What to say?
You didn't? Oh, it's about making changes. Somebody should play it. It's
Yes,
very it's very heartwarming.
Are we on Team Geo now, or what's
No,
the
I
stance?
just did you hear it, Shu?
No, I don't
Oh
follow any of it.
man, you should listen to it. I'm telling you, it's kind of like an uplifting thing, and
Is it gonna make? Is it like a NFL coach's Super Bowl speech to get the teams, the troops rallied up to win a Super Bowl, or like one of those kind of speeches? Or is it a more apologetic speech of him realizing his wrongdoings, which I don't even know what his wrongdoings are. I don't really follow Geo that much.
Big Carrie, do you have anything to add to this?
Why do people call up and don't talk? That's kind of
I
weird,
don't
isn't it?
know. Do you have anything you want to add to this, or so I'm gonna drop you if not?
Bye, Big
'Cause
Gary. Yeah, I heard. I don't like misread making false accusations about people. Although I'm glad she apologized yesterday.
I'm definitely not letting this person up.
Who is it?
Toter.
Rodman? Oh, who's Toter? I don't know who that is.
I have no idea, but they're not coming up because of the shit they have posted in their fucking thing.
Oh, what do they have?
How do I remove? Yep,
Oh, that's the other JoJo. Hey, JoJo.
from this space. Okay, I removed them.
Hey, Lady Chauncey.
you want to hear it, Beautyologist?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. This is for you, Shu. Hope you're inspired and by it. Okay, here we go.
2023, I stopped believing in myself. I stopped dreaming. I fell into a lot of expectations. 2024, I'm calling it the year of breaking free because I'm going to break free. I'm going to dream. I'm going to spread positivity and stop becoming this ugly person that I've become.
How'd that make you feel, Shu?
Warm and tingly. I think 2024 is Geo's year. The year of Geo.
I hope that he's being serious, and I hope that he sticks to it.
Me too.
I will say that I heard the hurt in his voice, and
Yeah.
that made me sad, honestly. But, he's created a lot of situations for himself, and only he can fix it. So I hope he does that.
Yeah, I think he meant it,
Yeah.
and I'm willing to give him a chance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody on here deserves a chance. It's not like
Exactly.
it's not like we've
That
Exactly.
was
I've been
my soldier line.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly.
well, it's not like any of us have, like, I don't know, like, ran over your dog or fucked your husband or tried to. Now, for the people who take it off the app, that's a whole different story because that's a whole level of hate that I just don't understand.
Yeah. Well, Nate did cheat on his wife allegedly. That's not good.
Oh, so many times, but
Nate,
whatever.
is that true, Nate? Allegedly.
Where is he? So
He's
either
down.
he calls up or I'm gonna fucking remove his ass. If you have something to say to me, come up here and say it.
Well, he just DM'd
Otherwise,
me and said,
shut
"I
the
don't."
fuck up
He
and
just said,
don't fucking address me or
"He
talk
just."
about me.
Well, he just said, "I'm not calling up because I don't argue with." Then he used an R word that I'm not gonna repeat.
Oh, well, where is he?
He's down in the listener section.
What? Well, duh. What does his picture look like?
He's on his burner account. I think it's Jim Curfian.
Get the fuck out of here, Nate. Little bitch.
Someone said, give Geo 72 hours. Brian, I come freely said it. He said I can say his name.
Hold on, Rafa, are you Ricky the Shoe?
Exactly.
And are you trolling me right now, bro?
No, why? No, it's not Jim though. It's someone I don't. I was just picking a random name. It's not Jim, but he's there. I think.
But are you trolling
Don't
me?
kick Jim. Don't kick Jim.
Is he really being serious, or did you really get a message, or are you lying to piss me off? I need to
No,
know.
I did get a message from Nate, but that was like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, well,
Tina, would you stop DMing me insults about Don? I'm not gonna read them out loud.
I'm gonna remove you if you fucking start annoying me with the bullshit.
What did I do?
Just be a
Rick,
good boy.
Ricky, I don't fall for your shit.
No, I'm serious. I'm not gonna repeat his stupid stuff.
Don't matter.
It's like say
I'm not.
this from
I'm
Tina.
not Steven. I don't fall for your shit.
I don't know what that means. You wait. I mean, I don't think you're under any perception that Tina actually likes you, right? Like, it
I don't
was
care
kind
if
of.
he likes me or not, Ricky the Shoe. If Tina had something to say, he'd mic up and say it.
That's what I agree with
He
you.
don't need you to fucking say anything, Ricky. I
No, I
don't
said
fall
I'm
for
not
your
gonna say it.
bullshit.
I said I'm
I
not
don't give
gonna
a
say it.
fuck if you say it or not, Ricky.
Exactly.
Don't fall for your shit.
I give Geo 2 hours, and if anybody drags him, he'll be right back to the same old Geo he always is.
Well, I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, there is a level of trolling and there is a level of bullshit that we are all on here, fighting with each other, doing this, doing that. But when you go and do things and take it that far is just not okay. So I hope he does change.
I hope he does change too. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeti.
Beautyologist, quick question for you.
Yeah.
Hey, let me just say, people are capable of change, but it's rare. And
Oh, for sure.
generally speaking, leopards don't change their spots. Um, with your permission, there's a gentleman in your space who shot his own daughter twice. I'd like to post a screenshot of his account in your nest, if possible.
Yeah, you can post it so we can block them.
Thank you.
That's did not
What
expect
the
that
hell is
coming.
that?
Neither
Where did
did
that
I.
come from?
My ex
Whoa.
Shalanda's father, who literally shot her twice, once in each leg. Not only was he abusive, not only was he a drug addict, but he controls his wife with drugs, beats the fuck out of her. Oh, by the way, that highfalutin mama account is friends with them as well.
Well, why are you friends with Trucker Jeff then? It seems like this guy does the
Shut
same
your
kind of.
fucking mouth, Shu.
I'm sorry.
Now sit down. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. Oh, you have me blocked.
We'll go ahead and take care of that right now.
Thank you. I can't see it.
You're unblocked.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's scary. Um, that that is I don't even know what to say.
I don't even see that guy in this space. I'm scrolling down. I don't see him.
He probably left super fast.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. 'Cause that's fucked up if that's true. That's horrible.
Allegedly, right?
All right, y'all. Yeti, wasn't there like paperwork or something like that
Yep.
shown that he did this?
Unfortunately, it's true as the day is long, and not
I
only is
think I
there
remember reading something like that.
paperwork of that particular incident, there's a fucking laundry list of them. And I got all of it. So if his little cocksucking ass ever wants to rear his ugly head, I'm just gonna remind all of you who you fuck with, because I don't fucks with people like that. But y'all do. Y'all do anything to get fucking even with somebody you fucking hate. To
Exactly.
include sucking the dick of a man who shot his own daughter.
I've never heard anyone speaking good stuff about that guy.
And it's true as the day is long. If you want proof, I'll gladly send it.
No, I think I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I
been proven over
remember
and over.
somebody showing it. Yeah.
In addition to the victim, Shalonda, going into great detail right before Periscope ended, she came back and went live and told her story and made me proud.
Yeah, I do remember that because I think a lot of people wanted her to bash you and she did not.
It's because there's nothing to bash, but we'll
Yeah.
see how long it takes you dumb fucks to come up with it, right? You make up whatever the fuck you want, you'll never change me.
Whatever happened to Stack Daddies? He's still around creeping on people?
I remember the name, but I don't know who that person is. Like, I don't think I've ever even had a conversation with that
He
person.
used to send DMs to married women of shirtless pictures of him humping like chairs and stuff. He's a really weird guy.
What?
Yeah, he's like 5'7". He's a short guy.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, I said all I had to say. Hopefully somebody recorded it, and we'll play it for you guys later.
Happy New Year.
Um,
All right,
I
see ya.
will
Bye, everybody.
I will continue to listen through my earbud, but I won't be able to talk. So, Glock, you had your opportunity to call in. You're not blocked. If you wanted to fucking be Billy Badass and think that you could fucking take me out, this was your opportunity. But I'm sure you're listening on the outside because this is what you do. You knew I couldn't call in last night, so you just ran your mouth. But I'm here right now. And I've been live for a while.
Happy New Year, Beautyologist.
Happy
And,
New Year, baby.
and
Thank you.
everybody else in here.
Yes, Happy New Year's to everyone. And
and hope we
Yeah,
have.
if you don't like me and I don't like you, just stay the fuck away from me. Don't talk about me, don't talk to me, and everything will be all right. To the person, I don't know if you want me to say your name, but I did receive a text message, or not a text, but a message today. Um, that helped me understand a little bit, just the scratch of the surface of what Jules is dealing with, and that's why I apologize because it made me feel like shit. I don't wanna make fun of somebody's illness, and, you know, although I might talk shit on here like everybody else, and I might say fucked up things and cut people with my tongue when I feel cornered, but I'm not a horrible person, and I'm an easy person to talk to. I easily forgive and forget and get over shit because, again, this is an app, and at least for me, I'm not touching anybody off of the app to hurt anybody. I wouldn't do that. And I'm not happy with the way I've been acting lately, but shit happens when you get mad. So it is what it is. And if I've offended you or you hate me and you feel like you want to let me know, I'm always willing to talk. So there's that. Oh,
Jimbo, if you down there, man, Happy New Year's to you too.
and
I'll
Gina,
see.
baby, I am so, so sorry about Joey. And my heart goes out to you. Okay, you guys. Talk to you later. Have a good day.
You
You
too,
too.
Jimbo. Just